Yeah, very impressive runs for the Dons of late, winning in 15, 16, and 17, looking for their fourth straight. And for the seniors, trying to have a four-peat, there are three seniors in our starting lineup today. Right off the top with Mallory Barber, Gabby Beckstrom, and Jordan Bates. So those three looking for their fourth consecutive state championship. But like we mentioned a moment ago, a game starting at 1:30 against the Bear River Bears. And should they win that first one, they will have a second one 20 minutes afterwards, and we will have that one as well if the Dons are able to win this one.
Absolutely. And yeah, we're hoping to stick around for both games, that's for sure. And so make sure that you guys are getting all your folks tuned in on this one on youtube.com/SpanishFork17. Make sure your friends, your cousins, your second cousins, your neighbor's dog, get everybody on the YouTube channel and watching this one live. If you are tuning in on this one on the cable channel, make sure that you're getting everyone tuned in on our YouTube channel. Again, that's youtube.com/SpanishFork17.
And for today's game, the Dons come in at 27-2, having won 3 in a row. The Bear River Bears at 28-5 on a 9-game winning streak. Bear River going straight through the winner's bracket. So far in this tournament, Bear River beating Ogden in the opener 20-0. Then Uinta 9-1, Twilla 8-4, and Cedar City yesterday 8-4. The Dons with a little bit of a tougher road getting here with a 18-1 win over Canyon View, and then a 10-3 over Ridgeline before falling to Cedar City 2-1 a couple days ago. But the Dons bouncing back in the loser's bracket nicely with 3 consecutive wins. A win over Desert Hills yesterday, 12-0. Then a 9-3 win over Twilla. And then earlier today, a 13-7 win to revenge on that Cedar City team that they lost to earlier in this tournament to advance to the championship game this afternoon.
Oh, you knew as soon as they knew that Cedar City was going to be their opponent in that playing game, they had that circled in red. They wanted revenge so bad in that one, and they certainly did. A nice pitching game there by Briley Young all the way up into the 7th inning. Jordan Bate came in to close that one out, and the bats came out in that game. It was an absolute offensive onslaught there. And so they're looking, obviously, for another offensive performance here to be able to stick with the Bear River Bears, and they'll also be hoping for another great pitching performance from Jordan Bate.
And on the mound today for the Bear River Bears will be Capri Toon, the senior leader for this Bear River team, as ball. Nope, that is a strike. A very late call by the umpire there. A little bit confusing to the senior third baseman, Mallory Barber, who will be leading things off for the Dons here today in the top of the first. And a pitch low and in the dirt to Mallory Barber. We'll bring the count to 1-1 now. Barber, one of the senior leaders on this team, recognized a moment ago out there in the infield as they took a moment to recognize the seniors on both teams for their great accomplishments so far this season, as that ball is ripped out into left center field, and that ball will bounce off of the wall, and a great start here as she will slide in for a leadoff double here in the top of the first.
Absolutely, just what the Dons needed. A double there by Mallory Barber. She rips that one out to the gap there in left field, able to find the ball. Almost one of those I was like, maybe it carries, but ends up hitting the wall, and that's a nice leadoff double there for Barber.
And that will bring up the senior shortstop, Gabby Beckstrom, who will take strike one. This umpire very slow in making strikes, in making the call, as Gabby Beckstrom is at the plate now with Mallory Barber on second base. And a pitch low and in the dirt will bring the count even at 1-1. The lineup for the Lady Dons today is as follows. We saw Mallory Barber a moment ago, Gabby Beckstrom at the plate, followed by the big combo of Jordan Bate and Briley Rudd batting 3 and 4 today, as that pitch is grounded just foul down the right hand side, bringing the count to 1-2 on Beckstrom. Batting 5th today will be the second baseman, the junior Aislinn Sharp. Batting 6th will be the right fielder, Lindsey Smith. And then Amanda Mitchell, Murray Condi, and Trinity Benson will finish the lineup out.
You've been an absolutely dangerous Dons lineup.
And that pitch is low, and she swings and misses on it for strike 3, but the catcher unable to make the play. And Gabby Beckstrom is able to reach safely via the strikeout.
Yeah, via the strikeout. That's always an interesting one as it squirts away from the Bear River catcher there. And bit of an unfortunate play, I guess, for the Bears. Definitely a nice play there for the Lady Dons, as it also moves Mallory Barber on over to third base.
Yeah, first and third as Jordan Bate steps up to the plate for the first time in this game, as that pitch is low and outside, bringing the count to 1-0 now on bait. Early opportunity for the Dons here in the top of the first. Runners on first and third, and nobody out. As that pitch will be strike one, and on the play, Gabby Beckstrom stealing second base with no throw. A little bit of an interesting decision by the Bears there, not making an attempt, and now two runners in scoring position for the Dons here in the early going.
Yeah, definitely an interesting choice.
And that pitch will be on the outside corner for strike two, bringing the count to 1-2 now on bait.
One of the big RBI producers for the Lady Dons, and so certainly with two runners in scoring position, big opportunity.
And that pitch is fouled back as the count remains 1-2. Barber is on third. Beckstrom is on second. And the big senior pitcher at the plate.
Yeah, still no outs in this inning, and so definitely can just blow this thing right open right to start off.
And that pitch is just outside, bringing the count even at 2-2 now.
Nice job there by Bate to not chase that one. Kind of tempting there, kind of nibbling at the plate.
And again, a pitch low and outside, and a nice block there by Ashley Hess, who has struggled a little bit here in the early going, not able to catch that strike three on Beckstrom, allowing her to reach first.
Yeah, a lot of balls in the dirt in this one for Hess, and some of them have been handled well, others maybe not so much. It comes that full count to Jordan Bate.
And that pitch is popped up to the left-hand side, and the shortstop calls that one off. A nice play by Taylor Fox there in foul territory for the first out of the inning here in the top of the first.
Yep, they definitely wanted that one, as Jordan Bate is one of the more dangerous hitters in the Lady Dons lineup, and so to be able to get that out with runners on second and third is a really big out there for the Bears.
And as the junior catcher Briley Rudd steps to the plate, another good opportunity for the Dons as that pitch is low for ball one. With that first out being recorded, we'd like to take a moment to give you the defensive orientation for the Bear Rivers defense today. From left to right in the outfield will be Keegan Summers in left, Mercedes Call in center, and Bailey Tyre in right. That pitch just outside, bringing the count to 2-0. Now on Rudd, and on the infield from left to right, Oakley Maxfield at third, as you saw a moment ago. Taylor Fox at short, making a nice play there, and Josie Larkin at second, with Oakley Trapp at first base, as that pitch is a strike, bringing the count to 2-1. Now on Rudd, and then the pitcher-catcher duo today, as we mentioned, Capri Toon on the mound, swing and a miss for strike two there, and behind the plate is Ashley Hess doing the catching duties for the Bear River Bears today.
Certainly Lady Dons would like to be able to keep this defense busy, getting as many balls as they can out and play, and go ahead and make the defense make some plays out there.
And that pitch is strike three, looking to Rudd, and back-to-back big outs here for the Bears, as the Dons have been unable to capitalize so far on a second and third with nobody out.
Yeah, that one stings a little bit with your 3 and 4 hitters up there and unable to produce an RBI there in either of those situations. But we'll see what Aylin Sharp is able to do here.
As Aislinn takes strike one there. Aislinn has been the most productive hitter for the Lady Dons this entire state tournament, so the right player to have at the plate right now. She pops one up, and the pitcher is able to make the catch. Capri Toon able to work out of a big jam there in the top of the first, and no runs on one hit, 2 runners left on base, and in the top of the first in this 2018 state championship of the game, the Dons are unable to get any runs on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that one definitely hurts. You get those runners at second and third and not able to get one of them to come across the plate. Kind of an unfortunate start for the Dons, but you got your ace pitcher Jordan Bate up there. Hopefully she's going to be able to put up a 0 as well.
And as we head now to the bottom of the half of the first inning, before we talk about Bate, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for today's game: the Tony Bass Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikhail Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all seasons, and 2 Jack's Pizza. And as you mentioned a moment ago, Jordan Bate, the Dons ace out on the mound. What should we expect to see from her today, Andrew?
We should expect lots of strikeouts. She is an absolute K machine. She does nothing but strike out people. But thankfully for her, she also has a great defense behind her as well. But I expect this one to be a low-scoring one for the Bear River Bears, because Jordan Bate is an absolute ace out there, and I expect her to this one down to be able to get themselves in a position where they can move on to the second championship game today.
Bate on the year in 18 appearances, 14-1, a 1.40 ERA with 13 complete games, 7 shutouts, and 4 no-hitters. So an absolute dominant force on the mound as that pitch is low and inside for ball 1 to the Bears leadoff hitter, the senior center fielder Mercedes Call. Another quick note on Bate. She has 139 strikeouts to only 9 walks on the year. So like you mentioned a moment ago, 90 innings pitched. A lot of strikeouts for the senior Bate as that pitch is upstairs for ball 2.
Yeah, she definitely has a very great command of the zone. As you can tell that her K to walk ratio is superb. Striking out that, only walking 9 throughout the season is absolutely phenomenal.
As the 2-0 pitch coming out to call. As she takes that pitch for strike 1, pulling back the bunt, but still dropping in there for a strike, bringing the count to 2-1 now.
Yep, still grooved right on in there. Nice pitch there by Bate. It is the 2-0 count, so Call still in a hitter's count here, so can be a little more selective. We'll see if she ends up showing bunt again here.
And that pitch is popped up over to the second baseman, and Aislinn Sharp makes a nice play for the first out of the inning. And with the first out being recorded here, I'd like to take a moment to give you the defensive orientation for the Dons today. From left to right in the outfield, Trinity Benson will be in left, Murray Condi in center, and Lindsey Smith in right. And on the infield from left to right, Mallory Barber at third, Gabby Beckstrom at short, Aislinn Sharp playing second with a nice play on the pop-up there, and Amanda Mitchell at first with Briley Rudd behind the plate. And as we mentioned, Jordan Bate, the dominant pitcher on the mound today. As that pitch is low for ball 1 to the senior catcher. The senior shortstop for the Bears, Taylor Fox. As Fox fouls that one off to the right side, bringing count even at 1-1 now.
Bate doing a nice job here, definitely keeping her approach nice and simple, just for the most part, just kind of either nibbling at the plate with these balls or just grooving it right in there for strikes. Definitely a great pitcher here. We'll see what she's able to do here.
And a swing and a miss on the fastball. Fox unable to catch up to that one. And a nice job early by Bate here, getting ahead after getting that first hitter out.
Yeah, beautiful rise ball there as it goes up towards the eyes of Taylor Fox. And so with this 1-2 count, Fox needs to be a little careful and protect the plate.
As that pitch is lined out to right field. And that will get out of the park for a home run and a 1-0 start for the Bear River Bears here in the bottom of the first. Taylor Fox with an absolute blast out to right field here.
Yeah, she definitely rocked that as she's getting the screams and the shouts from her teammates, and that was absolutely crushed. It looked like for a minute there that Lindsey Smith may have had a beat on that ball, and then she kind of tripped up right there near the wall, and so it gets over the fence, and that's an early 1-0 lead there for the Bears.
And with that first run coming into the day, we'd like to take a moment to announce the starting lineup for the Bear River Bears today. Mercedes Call leading off with a pop-up, and Taylor Fox following it up with the home run. The 3-hitter, Oakley Maxfield, the freshman third baseman, now coming up to the plate, and she'll be followed by Capri Toon, the pitcher. Batting fifth today will be Ashley Hatch, the catcher, followed by Oakley Trapp, and then rounding it out in the bottom of the lineup today will be Josie Larkin, Madison Morris, and then Bailey Tyre. So a very dangerous lineup for this Bears team today, as they've already proven that early, hitting that home run on the second batter of the game.
Absolutely, starting off with a bang here in this championship game, and now you got third baseman Maxfield up.
And that one made me flinch a little right at our heads here, right behind home plate, and that is a foul ball for strike 1 off the bat of Maxfield.
That's a good thing that answers there. Would have been absolutely right, Elliot. That would have sucked.
Yeah, thank goodness for the fence, and a quick strike now on Maxfield as she takes that pitch upstairs to bring the count even. Had 1-1 now here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, nice thought there on that pitch. Trying to get her to chase one upstairs. Obviously with the 0-1 count, able to kind of be a little bit ahead, but now 1-1.
As that pitch is lined down the right field line, but it will drift off foul, bringing the count to 1-2 now on Maxfield. Maxfield, one of the premier hitters on this Bears team, and what's really impressive about her is that she's only a freshman the only freshman starter on the team.
Yeah, to be a freshman and be batting third in this Bears lineup is extremely impressive. That means that she is definitely a key contributor and will continue to be a key contributor for years to come for this Bears program.
And a swing and a miss on the rise ball upstairs for the first strikeout of the game for Jordan Bate. And there are 2 outs now here in the bottom of the first.
Absolutely. She set Maxfield up very nicely on that one as she is able to get the rise ball swing and miss there right at the eyeballs. Nice piece of pitching there by Bate, and now hopefully able to close the door here on the inning.
And the pitch is lined out to right field off the bat of Capri Toon. And that is well gone over the right field wall. See you later. And the second home run of the inning for the Bear River Bears. As Capri Toon helping her cause out on the mound, hitting the home run out to right as the Bears take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
And there are the screams again from the Bear River Bears as that one was absolutely mashed by Capri Toon. Absolutely smashed out there to right field. That one was a no-doubter. That is now a 2-0 early hole here for the Lady Dons.
The Dons with a missed opportunity in the top of the first, getting runners on second and third with nobody out and unable to bring in those 2 base runners. And the Bears making them pay a little bit here in the bottom of the half of the first inning with home runs by the senior leaders Taylor Fox and Capri Toon, as there are 2 outs now here in the bottom of the first. And a line drive single out to right field off the bat of Ashley Hess for a base hit with 2 outs.
Man, Ashley Hess just jumping right on that first pitch strike by Jordan Bate, just like Capri Toon did on her home run, just going right after that first pitch, knowing that Jordan Bate's probably going to give you a quality pitch to hit. And they both taken a nice disciplined approach, setting it the other way. That one right through the first and second base gap, and so the rally continues here for the Bears.
And we have a pinch runner for the Bear River Bears on first base for the catcher, Ashley Hess, giving her a little bit of time to rest and maybe go get her catcher's gear on with 2 outs. And the pinch runner will be number 32 for this Bears team, Cody Gibbs.
Yeah, definitely a smart move there. Definitely get your catcher getting all set up for the next inning.
And with 2 outs now, the sophomore first baseman, Oakley Trapp, steps up to the plate, and she will take that right off of her right forearm. And she will walk down to first base slowly as Hess moves over to second, and Trapp now to first base on the hit by pitch.
A bit of an uncharacteristic inning here for Jordan Bay, giving up the 2 home runs early, and now you've got the hit by pitch here as well. Just kind of maybe a little bit of a slow start here for Bate. Hopefully she's able to kind of get things figured out and be able to get another out here and get out of this bottom of the first.
Yeah, 2 runs coming across in the inning on 2 home runs. 3 hits and the hit by pitch so far in this inning as the 7th batter steps to the plate here in the bottom of the first. And a swing and a miss on the rise ball to the junior second baseman, Josie Larkin.
That rise ball has been working well for Bate. It's one of the main weapons in her arsenal, and she's used it well so far, being able to use it for a strikeout pitch and also just to get regular strikes in the count.
And right as you said that, there's that rise ball again, just up at her eyes. It looks so good to the hitter, swinging through that one.
Oh, it absolutely does. It just looks like a nice old goes right over your bat.
And this time, Larkin is able to just get a piece on that rise ball upstairs, fouling it off to stay alive as the count remains 0-2.
Bay definitely looking a lot more confident in this particular battle versus Larkin, already in this 0-2 advantage here.
And that pitch is a ball upstairs again, trying to get her to chase that pitch, but that one was a little bit too high to attempt the hitter Larkin. In a big situation here early for the Bears. 2 runs already across, runners on first and second, looking for more, and the Dons desperately needing to get out of this jam. And they will do so. Jordan Bate with the strikeout upstairs. And after 1 inning here on SF-17, it is 2-0 Bears over the Dons.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year, so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
We are back on Spanish Fork 17 as we bring you the 4A State Softball Championship game. It is the Spanish Fork Lady Dons up against the Bear River Bears. We are here in the top of the second. The score is currently 2-0 Bear River over Spanish Fork. Bear River was able to score on 2 solo shots by Taylor Fox and by Capri Toon that were able to kind of get the Bears going. And Capri Toon, the pitcher for the Bears, put up a 0 in the first inning, and now the Spanish Fork Lady Dons now have Lindsay Smith coming up to the plate to hopefully start a rally here in the second as she just barely taps that one, gets it out, and now it is sent on over to first base, and that will be the first out of the inning on that little light tapper over to the pitcher.
Yeah, nice play there by the Bear River defense. It looked like it might be a base hit off the bat, a little bloop, maybe a little dinky bunt single, but a nice hard throw over to first, and that is one out now.
And that is going to be ball 1 to Amanda Mitchell, the first baseman for the Lady Dons. And that one's going to be sent on over to first base. And a wonderful diving play there by Oakley Trapp to get the second out of the inning out in foul territory. She makes the diving grab off of Amanda Mitchell's foul ball over there. And that is 2 very quick outs in the top of the second.
And the home plate umpire getting in on the celebratory action with a very loud celebratory out call almost there. And a spectacular play by Oakley Trapp at first on that foul out there.
Crazy stuff as now brings up Condi, the center fielder. That one is going to be strike 1, just painting the outside corner there. An 0-1 count to Condi. As that one is going to be outside, and that'll even up the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. There are already 2 out here in the top of the second with the Lady Dons up to bat. Condi takes that one outside. That is now going to be a 2-1 count here for her.
Condi went 1 for 4 in the game earlier today, also reaching base on an error. Was very, very busy in center field last game as well.
That one is going to be popped up, but it is going to be out of play for now a 2-2 count for Condi. Yeah, absolutely. She was very busy out there in center field in the last game, definitely doing her part on the defensive side of things to keep the Dons in a nice place where they could score that big win to be able to be here in the championship game.
A 13-7 win over the Cedar City Red Women, getting revenge on a 2-1 loss from earlier in this tournament to that exact same team.
And that's going to be ripped right over the shortstop's head and out into left field, and that is going to be a single with 2 outs here in the top of the second for Condi as the Dons finally get themselves a base runner here in the top of the second.
Yeah, Condi, a 375 hitter with her 28th hit on the season right there. And potentially the start of a 2-out rally as Trinity Benson steps to the plate.
And Lady Dons certainly hope so, as that one is going to be grooved on in there for strike 1 to Trinity Benson. Benson had a pretty quality game in the last game. She shows bunt on that one and pulls it away, as that one is very much outside as it moves the count to 1-1.
Benson, a 333 hitter on the year. And a very productive freshman on this team.
That was also going to be outside. It is now 2 balls and 1 strike to Trinity Benson.
Benson, the only freshman starter for this Dons team, so each team with 1 key freshman in their lineup today.
Absolutely. Benson will be expected to be a big part of this program for years to come, as she takes that pitch and sprays it just foul of the first base line, and that'll even up the count to 2-2 to the number 9 hitter in the Lady Dons lineup. Marie Condi is over there at first base with Trinity Benson up at the plate on a 2-2 count. As that one is going to be outside, and Trinity Benson can now work the count to full here in the top of the second here against the Bears pitcher Capri Toon. And here comes that payoff pitch. As that one is going to be on the outside part of the plate, and that is going to be ball 4 as Trinity Benson works herself into a free pass. That will move Condi on over to second base, and this could potentially be the start of a nice little 2-out rally here for the Lady Dons.
And Benson having a nice day today, reaching base for the 4th time in 5 plate appearances.
Definitely doing her job as now Mallory Barber steps up to the plate for the Lady Dons and is going to take that one outside for ball 1.
And most importantly, with that Trinity Benson walk, we now have turned it back over to the top of the lineup here in the top of the second.
Absolutely. This is exactly what the Dons need to get back in this game, as that one is also going to be outside to Mallory Barber. She's worked herself into a nice hitter's count here with 2 balls and 0 strikes.
And Hess will go out and talk to Toon out there on the mound as the dangerous Barber hit a big double back in the top of the first inning and unfortunately was stranded on third.
Yeah, very unfortunate. A double here would at least bring in 1 and potentially 2 runs here, potentially to tie up the game. So here comes that 2-0 pitch to Barber. She's going to get a piece of that one, and she's going to spray that one out of play, and that's going to move the count to 2-1.
Barber, a .625 hitter, the highest batting average on this team, and exactly what you hope out of a leadoff hitter.
Going to look at that one, and that's going to be a called strike, as that is going to now move the count to even. That's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mallory Barber. So a 2-2 count here in the top of the second with 2 outs. That one is going to be plenty outside, as Mallory Barber has worked herself into a full count. Capri Toon still only a strike away from getting out of this inning, but the count is full to Mallory Barber with runners on first and second. The ball game is 2-0 in favor of the Bear River Bears. Mallory Barber steps out of the box a little bit, and here comes that payoff pitch. Rips it, absolutely rips it right down the third base line, but that is going to be foul as she stays alive in this particular bat, giving herself a chance of potentially bringing a run here for the Lady Dons.
And Barber, very, very difficult to strike out in the 6 games we've done in this state tournament here on SF17. She has not struck out once in any of the 6 games.
That is what we call efficiency. She's definitely putting the bat on the ball, as that one is hit out to third. They are going to go ahead and take that one. Oakley Maxfield tags third base and gets the third out there. So even though the Lady Dons did threaten in that inning, Capri Toon was able to shut them down and puts up another goose egg as we head on over to the bottom of the second inning with the score 2-0 in favor of the Bear River Bears. This is a great opportunity for us to thank our wonderful sponsors, the Tony Dasso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, McKell Christiansen Wise Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all seasons, and Two Jacks Pizza.
Well, another good scoring opportunity for the Dons wasted there in the top of the second. They had second and third with no outs in the first inning and failed to score in that inning. A little bit of a 2-out rally with runners on first and second as Barber grounds out to the third baseman Maxfield there. And the Dons will look to get back on track here on the defensive side of things, down 2-0 here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, they'll definitely need a bounce back here from Jordan Bay, who gave up 2 solo shots in the bottom of the first, and so hopefully able to kind of calm things down there on the mound, as she's now going to be facing Madison Morris, the designated player for the Bear River Bears. Here comes that first pitch, and that is going to be worked on in there for strike 1 to Madison Morris. Jordan Bate definitely looking for a better start here to this inning than in the previous one. Starting out there nicely with the first pitch strike. So that rise ball is going to be a little too upstairs. That's going to move the count to 1 ball and 1 strike here to Morris.
Morris, one of 3 junior starters in the batting lineup today.
That one is going to get over the head of Rudd and hit the backstop. So that's going to now move the count to 2-1.
A very short backstop here at the sports complex here in Spanish Fork at this field today, so it will be hard to advance on these wild pitches.
She's going to get a swing and a miss on that one. A nice pitch there by Jordan Bate as the count is now even. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Madison Morris. This is the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the second, Madison Morris for the Bear River Bears. Now it's going to be taken upstairs, and that is going to move the count to full.
Morris doing a good job of working the count here and making Bate work here in the early going.
Bate gets ready for another pitch. And that was going to be swung through, and that is a perfect pitch there on the outside corner for her 3rd strikeout of the game, and the first out here in the bottom of the second. Jordan Bate.
Number 24, Bailey Tyre.
And just what we see from Bate today is lots and lots of strikeouts. 3 already of her 4 outs have been recorded off the strikeout. The one surprise is those 2 home runs that she has given up, but bouncing back nicely right there with the first strikeout of the inning.
Definitely a nice bounce back, as you were saying there, as the bunt is shown as she offers at it, and that is the right fielder and sophomore for the Bear River Bears.
A very young team for the Bears today. As we mentioned, Oakley Maxfield, the freshman, Oakley Trapp, the sophomore, and then Bailey Tyre, the sophomore as well. So 3 underclassmen with a very bright future.
Absolutely. As she takes a wave at that one, she is now going to be in an early 0-2 hole here against Jordan Bate. Bate looking a lot more calm and a lot more collected up there on the mound in this particular inning, doing a good job of attacking these Bears hitters. Here comes that 0-2. And that one is going to be taken upstairs and moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there's 1 out here in the bottom of the second as Bate works this one and gets the swinging cut once again. Out number
4.
Got 4? Yep, we've got 4 strikeouts there for Jordan Bates, so definitely doing her part as the strikeout queen.
Yeah, Tyre looked very, very lost at the plate there, and a very weak strike 3 right there. Looked like she was almost trying to slap a single or a little bunt down the line and not even close in that at bat.
As that one's going to be a little low and outside there to Mercedes Call, the leadoff hitter for the Bears.
Yeah, back to the big hitters now for the Bears.
Here comes that 1-0 pitch. That one is going to be very much upstairs, gets past Rudd. Since there's no one on base, doesn't really hurt too much, but it does.
Bate really throwing that rise ball up a lot today. And the 3rd or 4th time that's gotten by Rudd to the backstop.
Another one that is going to miss upstairs. Very nice count here as it is 3 balls and no strikes.
And the dangerous senior shortstop Taylor Fox on deck, who last time up launched a home run.
That's definitely not someone that Bate wants to see with runners on. Here's that 3-0. As that one is going to be worked in there for strike 1. A little bit of a late call there by the umpire, but it is a 3-1 count now to Mercedes Call. And that is going to be ripped, but it is going to be foul, as the count is now full there to Mercedes Call.
Nice job by Bate battling back here and working the count full. Definitely want to make Call hit the ball here and avoid. Bring Fox up to the plate here with a runner on base here in the bottom of the second.
Absolutely. She's able to work it back from that 3-0 count, and that is also going to be ripped down the first base line. That one is going to be fouling right over there by one of our camera. Bit out of the way there for that one.
Yeah, Alex took an absolute shot yesterday in one of our games. A foul ball down the first base line drilled him right on the back. So glad that he was able to get out of the way of that one.
Absolutely. Don't want to have that happen again. That looked pretty painful. Here comes that payoff pitch. That is going to be ripped out into the gap. And that is a little bobbled over there by Lindsey Smith, but that is going to be thrown back on in, and that is going to be a 2-out double there for the leadoff hitter Mercedes call for the Bears.
Yeah, great piece of hit. Opposite field. One hops off the wall. Lindsey Smith goes over and throws it in, but a nice extra base hit with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second and a good RBI opportunity now for the Bears.
Absolutely. It brings up the shortstop, Taylor Fox, who ripped a solo shot in the first inning, and now she has an opportunity here. It's going to be popped up, but it is going to be out of play as the catcher and the third baseman gave chase on that one, but instead it is going to be strike one to Taylor Fox.
Taylor Fox, they are a young team. They do have those 3 big senior leaders. Call, who we just saw hit the double. Taylor Fox at the plate now, and then Capri Toon, who hit a homer back in the first inning as well.
As that one is going to just barely miss on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Fox. Again, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second with a runner on second. As that one is going to be taken up.
Bate really relying on that rise ball early. She has gotten a few swings and misses. And that has led to 4 strikeouts here in the early going as head coach for the Lady Dons, Don Andrews. Early going.
Absolutely. Definitely a good call here by Coach Andrews to go ahead and kind of bring everyone in and calm them all down. They've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Just need 1 more out to get out of this one, and without any kind of damage whatsoever. Again, the 2 runs that have been scored in this game were on solo shots in the first inning. One of them by the batter that is currently up, Taylor Fox. The other one by the opposing pitcher, Capri Toon. And this is just kind of an opportunity to talk with this pitcher, calm her down, just help her to see that she only just needs that 1 more out. Just kind of get the ball over the plate. Don't be too intimidated and just kind of get out of this inning, you know?
Yeah, the Dons are used to being down early in the game so far in this tournament, so this is no unusual situation for them. A game they eventually won 18-1, a leadoff homer for the first batter of the game for the Falcons before they dramatically smashed them for the rest of the game.
There's that rise ball again, and once again it is going to be a little high, but they are able to get the throw down over the third and gets the tag out. A wonderful play there by the catcher, Ashley Hess, to send that one over, and they get called trying to advance there over at third, and that is going to be the last out of the inning. We're heading on over to the top of the third. The score is still 2-0 in favor of the Bear River Bears as we're heading out of here on Spanish Fort 17.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
And welcome back here in the top of the third inning. Ellie Sharps and Andrew LaRose here with you in this 2018 Utah High School 4A State Championship game. The Bears from Bear River up the third. 2 runs coming via the solo home run from a couple of seniors, one of them from the pitcher, Toon on the mound. The Dons have been down early so far in this tournament on a couple occasions and been able to come back both times, as I mentioned a moment ago, back in the last half inning. Coming back from 1-0 down to win 18-1 over the Falcons. And then in that second game as well, they quickly went down 3-0 to the Ridgeline Riverhawks before answering with 10 runs and winning that game 2-3. So not an unusual to get going. And they're just like that, a single to the left side off the bat of the senior shortstop, Gabby Beckstrom. And these Dons bats who have hit the ball well in his first 2 innings, just unable to get the big hit and drive in the run. Again, have a base runner here to lead off the third.
That's been the big problem here for ours. Just been capitalizing on their opportunities. They've had runners in scoring position, but just haven't been able to get anyone across. But nice hit there by Beckstrom.
And a pitch in there for strike one to the senior pitcher, Jordan Bate. Bate fouled out to the shortstop in her first plate appearance back in the top of the first inning. As she tries to hold her swing there and fouls it off.
That's always the worst. You go to check the swing and somehow it still finds a way to find the bat, and so now an 0-2 hole here for Bate.
As Bate takes that pitch out. Beckstrom on first with the base hit. And Bate with an opportunity here with nobody out. As she swings and pops that one up, similar to her first plate appearance, as the shortstop again, Taylor Fox, able to retire her.
Yeah, look. The shortstop, Taylor Fox, a little bit more out into foul territory on the last one, but this one was kind of technically in fair territory on this one, but still looked exactly the same, and a nice good play there by Fox.
Unfortunately, the same result for Bate as the batter. Bryce Rudd now steps to the plate, and that will move over into scoring position here with only 1 out.
Yeah, always dangerous on those pass balls. Nice job there by Beckstrom to go ahead and advance on that one. Could potentially be a problem for all of the pitchers. We've been talking about the backstop is a little bit short, but still, if they have any kind of opportunity to advance, you know that these runners are going to be going.
And Briley Rudd now with the 1-0 count swings and hits that one down the left line, and it will drop fair. And the play coming now to the is thrown out at the plate. Beckstrom, as a beautiful throw is made by Keegan Summers out there in left field for the second out of the inning. On the play, however, Rudd is able to move over to second.
And an absolute Summers to be able to get that ball in quick and be able to make an absolute just thrown in there perfectly, and a good tag there by Hess to get the runner out. So kind of double dipping there, making sure that the run does score and also getting it out.
And 2 outs now here in the top of the third. As that ball is driven out to left field, and that ball is gone. Tied game 2-2. And just after you thought the momentum was swinging a little bit back to the Bears, the Dons even this game up, and Aislinn Sharp, the second she hit that ball, she threw her bat up into the air, and she knew it was gone.
Absolutely, and Sharp has been sharp, as we've been mentioning, throughout these entire playoffs. That's her 6th home run in these playoffs. Mashes this, goes out, and the poor left fielder tries to make a play on it, ends up tripping over the wall. But man, what an absolute blast there by Aylin Hall, and that is going to tie up the ball game. What an absolute blast there.
And ball 1 outside to Lindsey Smith. As we mentioned, Sharp has been the most productive hitter for the Dons this entire state tournament. And that's saying a lot, but there's been a lot of really minutes, bringing the count to 1-1 now. And after a questionable call sending home the runner there on that base hit, Aislinn Sharp bailing out the Dons with a big 2-run homer to tie up this game. As that pitch is fouled off down the right field side. Sharp went 3 for 5 homer. 1 for 2 on the day now with a homer in this one. And in the opening 2 games of the tournament, she was 6 for 8 with 3 homers. So you definitely don't want to see Sharp at the plate
Out there.
And that is strike 3, looking to Lindsey Smith to end the top of the third inning, but not before the Dons tie up this game. 3 hits and 2 runs, no runners left. Third, it is Dons 2, Bears 2 here on SF-17, and we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for today's game as we head now to the bottom of the third. Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all seasons, and Two Jacks Pizza. And the Dons look a little bit invigorated as they head back out on the defensive side of things now, with the game tied at 2 now in the bottom of the third.
may just absolutely blast one and be able to tie the game up for you. It definitely pumps you up, and now it's going to be up to the defense and up to ace Jordan Bate to go ahead and close the door here on this particular inning. One of those shutdown innings where you score some runs there in the top half of the inning, and then you go out there and you put up a goose egg in the bottom half. And so that's definitely what Bate and the defense are hoping for here.
2-2 game here in the bottom of the third now, and it has been the home runs that have been the scoring. A recap on the runs so far today in the bottom of the first. 2 runs for the Bears on the homers by the seniors Fox and Toon. And the Dons getting 2 back off that of a 2-run homer by Aislinn Sharp in the top of the third inning, as we are in the bottom of the third now. As that pitch is low for ball 1. Oakley Maxfield.
Definitely nice job there by Bate to establish the strike zone early on. She definitely is better when she gets that first pitch strike.
And Taylor Fox was the batter at the plate there, as she came back up to the plate because of the caught stealing at the end of last inning. So Oakley Maxfield will now be coming to the plate, but a beautiful play by Sharp over at second base there, retiring Fox for the first.
Easy play over there at second base to be able to slide over there, get the glove right in between there to keep it down, and then to make a nice throw over onto first. Good play there by Sharp.
And a foul ball off the bat of Maxfield. The freshman third baseman struck out back in the first inning in her first plate appearance today.
Certainly, Jordan Bates would love to see a repeat of that. She's done a good job here by getting that first strike.
The pitch is fouled off to the right. As again, Bate is able to get herself into a good pitcher's count here.
Yeah, Bates doing a great job here so far in the third inning. Definitely just going after him, attacking him, and just pitching nice quality pitches.
The pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Swinging for the second time today as Bate picks up strikeout number 5.
And there's that signature rise ball again from Bate, and absolutely that one and gets the K.
And 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third. Just what Bate was hoping for after a big answer from the Dons in the top of the half with that 2-run home run off that of Sharp. As that middle for a nice single off the bat of the senior pitcher Capri Toon, who not only is pitching well on the mound, has had a great day behind the plate.
Absolutely. She's done a phenomenal job, obviously, with the home run and now a single. She's definitely seeing the ball. Opportunity here for the Bears to potentially do something in this inning.
We have a pinch runner coming in for the pitcher now on first base, giving her a chance to rest with 2 outs in the inning. Don't want her to expend her energy running when she needs to focus on the mound, and the pinch runner will be a freshman, number 36, Aaliyah Taylor.
Definitely a smart move there by the coach to go ahead and take Capri out of the base running. That way she can kind of get some rest in, be able to kind of get her breath under before she heads over to the mound.
And the batter at the plate will be the junior catcher, Ashley Hess. And that will be ball 1 upstairs to lead off the at-bat with Hess.
One of the few times in this inning where it hasn't been a first pitch strike, so we'll see how she's able to bounce back here.
And again, a ball just outside and a nice quick throw down there from Rudd to Mitchell at first. But Toon is able to, Olivia Taylor, the pinch runner, is able to dive back safely.
Yeah, definitely a nice play over there by Rudd to be able to throw that down. That was pretty close to being able to pick her off.
And that is strike 1 now to the batter Hess, as that the count is now 2-1 on Hess.
Yeah, still a hitter's count. 2-1 count, so maybe doesn't have to chase anything, but find something that she likes instead.
And that ball is outside, bringing the count to 3-1 now on Hess, who has worked herself into a good hitter's count.
Yep, good patient approach. Hasn't been going after any of these pitches that have been one count.
As that pitch catches the outside corner for strike two. One of the better pitchers I've seen today from Bate.
That was an absolute beauty. Just paints the outside corner there and freezes. 2 count, a little bit more flexible in what you can do.
And the pitch is swung on and driven out to right field and dove on and missed by the right fielder, Lindsey Smith. And that will allow Olivia. And on the play, it looks like the ball went out of play out there as the hitter was able to come all the way in and score there, but the ump was calling time, and it looked like the runner is going to have to go back to second base.
Yeah, with it being able to go out of play there, even though she was technically able to run home, with it going out of play, she only is able to advance over to second base, but that technically then being ruled as a ground rule double, with it going out of play. Double.
No run will come in to score a huge break because the runner on first has to stop at third.
That's right.
With the dive and the misplay there, it looked like initially it was going to hurt him. If she leaves that ball in front of her, it would have just ended up with second and third. But the same result, as that ball was able to roll beyond the fence in foul territory. And here in high school softball, if that ball gets out of play in foul territory behind the fence, it is an automatic ground rule double, as the Bears runner will have to head back to third base, as Olivia Taylor, who had come around to score, will now be on third, and Hess will be on second with the double.
That is a big break for the Lady Dons to be able to have had that happen, because that easily should have been one run, just as I just basically kind of assumed, and I just forgot that she was at first base. And so, yeah, what a great break there for the Lady Dons, as now it looks like there's a bit of a discussion about it.
I think they're discussing whether she made contact with the ball in the dive. If she did make contact, then the ball was a live ball in play, and that would have allowed anyone to run, well, as far as they wanted to go. But since she did not make contact with that ball, and that ball was able to roll all the way into foul territory beyond the fence there, a lucky break for the Dons here, as the Bears now have runners on second and third here with 2 outs in the third inning, but no runs coming across the score here, and the Lady Dons still an out away from getting out of this one.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. It's like after this little bit of a weird sequence here with that ground rule double, like Bate really is only 1 out away from just going ahead and getting out of this thing, even though there are 2 runners in scoring position for the Bears and they are threatening here. If Bate's able to just kind of cool it down and able to get an out here, she can be completely out of this jam.
And after a meeting between the Bear Rivers coach and the umpire, we are getting ready to play again. We have a pinch runner out there on second base for Hess, the catcher. So both the pitcher and catcher being pinch run for now. And the pinch runner on second will be Cody Gibbs for the Bear Rivers Bears. So a little bit of an interesting situation there now, as we have runners on second and third. The pinch runner Olivia Taylor on third now. Ashley Hess being pinch run for by Cody Gibbs now on second. And there are 2 outs with runners on second and third. And a medical assistant going out to center field, as there is a medical issue going on out there. Out in the audience, the players are in good shape, but on this hot day, affecting the people out in center field as well, as the hitter at the plate now will be the sophomore first baseman Oakley Trapp, with runners on second and third and 2 outs. As that pitch is ball 1 upstairs to Trapp, who was hit by a pitch in her first plate appearance today.
Yeah, definitely not safe in that batter's box, getting hit by Bate. Now this is a big opportunity here for Trapp with runners on second and third, and potentially could open up this game for the Bears.
And that pitch is just low for ball 2, bringing the count to 0-2, or 2-0, excuse me, on Trapp.
And an unfortunate start to this at bat for Jordan Bate, but definitely still able to battle back in here. Just needs to make a couple quality pitches and hopefully getting out here.
And a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Trapp. The first 2 outs of this inning were recorded, but then a single and a double allowed runners to reach second and third here with 2 outs. And a swing and a miss by Trapp on the pitch up and in. Kind of chasing a little bit right there, brings the count to 2-2.
Phenomenal pitch there by Bate. Again, that rise ball has just been working all game long for swings and misses, and that one was one of the better looking swings and misses there. Low, we're getting showing bunt here.
And fouled back off the bat of Trapp, staying alive. And a real battle here early in this game. In a 2-2 game that has been a very tense, close affair all game long, with the Bears with runners on second and third. And a big opportunity here.
Yep, 2-2 ball game, 2-2 count.
And that pitch, a ball upstairs, as Oakley Trapp has had a nice plate appearance here, working Bate and bringing the count full.
Yep, very patient approach out there for Trapp, not really swinging at anything way off the plate. We'll see what Bate can do here on the full count.
And again, the pitch is fouled off the bat of Trapp. The seventh pitch of this at bat, as it is the second ball that has been fouled off with 2 strikes. The 8th pitch coming now in what has been a long duel between Trapp and Bate here. So that pitch is grounded foul again. A third foul ball here with 2 strikes and what has been a real duel.
Yeah, it's been very impressive here by Trapp. She has been very disciplined, being able to stay with everything and able to get a piece of some of these really tough pitches that Bate has thrown.
And again, she is just able to get a piece, and Rudd is unable to hold on to that one behind the plate. And the 10th pitch of this at bat will now be coming.
Jeez, this is just an absolute battle here by Trapp, and yeah, she just barely gets enough of that one, and it goes off of Rudd's mask, who looked like she maybe almost could have been able to catch that one to go ahead and get out of this inning. But here we are, Trapp still up there and going into a double-digit pitch at bat.
And a swing and a miss, and Jordan Bate wins the battle here in the bottom of the third. And no runs are able to come in and score despite the big double down the line. A little bit of a lucky break for the Dons. And as we head now to the 4th inning here on SF-17, it is 2-2, and we'll be back in a minute.
Wild Mustangs. They're supposed to be one of the most gentle creatures in nature.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these. That's why more people save money by combining their home and auto with State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It is a beautiful afternoon out here in Spanish Fork, and we are giving you the Spanish Fork Lady Dons up against the Bear River Bears in the 4A state softball playoffs here. The game is all tied up here heading into the 4th inning. It is 2-2. All of the runs coming off of home runs, 2 solo shots by the Bear River Bears, and a 2-run home run by Sharp for the Lady Dons, as that one is going to be taken outside and high by Amanda Mitchell, the first baseman for the Lady Dons.
Now batting first baseman number 6, Amanda Mitchell.
As that one is also going to be taken high and outside. Amanda Mitchell working herself into a nice count here. That's 2 balls and no strikes.
Mitchell fouled out to the first base side in her first plate appearance back in the 2nd inning.
Here comes that 2-0, and that is going to be ripped out into right field and is going to drop in front of Bailey Tyer, and that is going to be a leadoff single for Amanda Mitchell here in the top of the 4th.
The 3rd straight inning with a leadoff hit for the Dons. Barber leading off the 1st with the double. Gabby Breckstrom leading off the 3rd with a single. And here, 3rd inning out of 4 innings with a leadoff base hit. And then in the 4th inning, a leadoff single for Mitchell. The 2nd inning, the only inning today where the Dons have failed to get that first runner on base.
There's going to be throw on over to first, but nothing doing there, as that is going to be a 1-0 count now to Condi.
Condi also singled in her only plate appearance today, back in the second inning. So quite a few hits so far for the Dons today, as they've been able to put up 7 hits so far in the fourth inning.
And she's able to lay down a bunt there, but it does slice foul there. And so that is now going to even up the count to 1-1.
And the Dons have really got to be feeling like they caught a break last inning with that ball rolling rolling out of play for the ground rule double, as that cost the Bears a run. And now with a little bit of momentum on their side in this tie game here in the fourth, a good opportunity to take the lead for the first time today.
That one's also going to be up and outside. That'll be now a 2-1 count there to Condi. Yeah, they've got to be definitely feeling fortunate after that one, as that could have very easily scored a run and put the Bears in the lead, as here comes that 2-1. Condi swings through that one, is going to even the count to 2-2. Again, Amanda Mitchell is over there at first base after the leadoff single. We are in the fourth. The game is all tied up, 2-2. Mitchell's going to get a little piece of that one. Not Mitchell, Condi, my mistake. Condi gets a little slice of that one and is able to stay alive here in this at-bat, 2-2. And that's going to be ripped on over to the shortstop, and that could be a double play ball, but they are not able to get the throw over there in time to get Condi out, but they are able to get Mitchell out over there at second base, as that is going to be the first out of the inning on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, nice play by Taylor Fox over there, fielding that ball cleanly, throwing it over to Larkin at second. And the ball definitely not hit hard enough to be able to turn the double play, but a good job getting that lead runner here in the fourth.
And that is going to be in the dirt there to Trinity Benson, the number 9 hitter for the Lady Dons.
Benson was able to draw a 2-out walk back in the second inning.
She shows bunt there, holds up, but it is going to be called a strike, as that evens the count to 1-1 on Benson. Lays down the bunt. That's going to go right over to the pitcher, as they are able to get the out over there at second base, as Condi is thrown out at second, and that is going to be another fielder's choice. That is going to be 2 outs in the inning, as Benson is over there at first, but they do get the out over there at second base.
Yeah, a little bit of a risky play there by Capri Toon. It looked like Condi was going to be able to make it in safely, but a little bit of an interesting slide there, not getting in that quickly, and that allowed them to be able to make the play, as Benson is now on first with 2 outs.
Because that one is going to be outside, and that is going to be a 1-0 count to Mallory Barber, the third baseman. That's going to be laced over the second baseman and out into the outfield, and that's going to be a single for Barber, and it is also going to advance Benson from first over to third, and so now it's going to be runners on the corners here for the Lady Dons.
Yeah, 2 outs now, but a great piece of hitting by Barber, picking up her second hit of the day. On the play, Benson able to move over to third, as there are runners on the corners now, with the dangerous senior shortstop Gabby Beckstrom now stepping to the plate.
Again, the score is 2-2 here in the top of the fourth. All runs scoring off of home runs thus far, but runners on the corners here for the Dons, and Gabby Beckstrom up as she takes that one outside and a little bit high there for ball 1.
There are 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. 2 outs and runners on the corners.
She's going to take a wave at that one, and that is going to be strike 1, evening up the count. That one is going to be called strike 2. That's now going to be a 1-2 count here to Gabby Beckstrom. And there are 2 outs here in the inning, but there are runners on the corners. We've got Barber at first and Trinity Benson over at third. That is going to be sliced foul. Third baseman giving chase there. Oakley Maxfield not able to get to that one, so Gabby Beckstrom is able to stay alive in this at-bat.
And the 1-2 to Beckstrom, who singled back in her last plate appearance.
And that was going to be called outside, and so that's going to even the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes to the senior shortstop, Gabby Beckstrom.
Trinity Benson on third base, and Mallory Barber on first.
That's going to be ripped right past the shortstop, and that is going to score Benson from third. And that is going to advance Mallory Barber over to second, as that is a nice piece of hitting there by Gabby Beckstrom, who gets the RBI single here in the top of the fourth.
A great job by the top of the lineup by these seniors of Barber and Beckstrom with back-to-back singles. Able to move Benson around, and the Dons take their first lead of the game here in the fourth.
Yeah, now they're up 3-2, as that is going to be ball 1 there to Jordan Bate. That is going to be a called strike as it evens the count to 1-1 on Jordan Bate. There are runners on first and second base. The Lady Dons just scored on an RBI single by Gabby Beckstrom. The score is 3-2. As that one is also going to be a strike, as Jordan Bate now is in a little bit of a hole here with 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that one is going to be called outside, as the count now moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes to the ever so dangerous Jordan Bate. Runners on first and second here in the top of the fourth. That one is also going to be outside, as Jordan Bates worked it to a full count.
You have great patient approach here by Bate, being able to work herself back into this count. And again, another great senior led at bat right here, as the Dons look to score more here in the fourth.
That one is going to be sprayed foul. Jordan Bate able to stay alive in this one, as she's looking to be able to increase this lead here, as they were able to get one across here earlier on the RBI single by Gabby Beckstrom, who is on first base, and Mallory Barber over there at second. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it's ripped out into center. A nice hit there by Jordan Bate. They are going to try to score, but they get gunned out there at home. Mallory Barber trying to advance on that one, but is called out on the throw, and that is going to be out number 3 in the inning. The Lady Dons were able to score on the Gabby Beckstrom RBI, but unable to score off of that Jordan Bates single, as we're moving on over to the bottom half of the fourth here, with the Lady Dons up 3-2 over the Bear River Bears. This is a great opportunity for us to thank our wonderful sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson, State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikhail Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all seasons, and 2 Jacks Pizza.
And for the Lady Dons in the top of the fourth inning, 1 run on 4 hits, 2 runners left on base, and a great play out there by Mercedes Call, the Bear River center fielder, to come in and field that ball cleanly and throw an absolute dart to the catcher Ashley Hess at the plate. And Barber was out by quite a bit there. But still, the Dons able to score 1 in the top of the fourth and take the lead in this game for the first time today.
Yeah, definitely an important run there for the Dons, getting that RBI single from Beckstrom. And now it's going to be once again up to Jordan Bate to lock down this Bear River Bears lineup and be able to put up another goose egg and be able to keep this lead in place for the Lady Dons. It's going to be Josie Larkin coming up for the Bear River Bears, the second baseman, number 21. She is a junior on this team. She struck out in her first at bat in the first inning. Here comes that first pitch, and that is going to be right on in there for strike 1 to Josie Larkin.
Yeah, bottom third of the lineup here for the Bear River Bears, the 7, 8, 9 hitters set to come up to the plate.
And that's going to be another beauty, catching the top part of the zone, and Josie Larkin is in an early 0-2 hole here.
Yeah, great job by Bate working ahead. Her first time through the lineup, she was able to strike out both Larkin, Morris, and Tyre, all 3 of the 7, 8, 9 hitters. And she would love the same result the second time around.
Oh, she absolutely would. Anytime you can get a strikeout, you're definitely going for it. That one's going to be popped out of the way, and she's still got an 0-2 count here to Josie Larkin. All of Bates' pitches are at her disposal here with this 0-2 count. It'll be interesting to see how she chooses to attack Larkin here. And she goes with the signature rise ball. No shock there, as that is going to be yet another strikeout for Jordan Bates. She is absolutely crushing it out there in terms of getting these swings and misses from the Bears.
Yes, 7 strikeouts on the day now for Bate, and consistency as well. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 so far in the fourth. So we should expect to see at least 1 more strikeout here in the bottom of the fourth.
You would think so. You would think so with the rate that she's going at. Here comes Madison Morris. That one is going to be taken high. It's going to be a 1-0 count to the designated player for the Bears.
Morris had a nice at-bat her first time up, really working the count and got it full before eventually succumbing via the strikeout.
There's that rise ball again, just an absolute weapon for Bate in this game as the count now moves to even 1-1. Here comes that 1-1 pitch. It's going to be laced down the line, but it is going to be a foul ball down the first base line, as it is now a 1-2 count to Madison Morris.
Morris just missed getting a double down the line right there. Got it over Amanda Mitchell's head, but landing just a couple feet foul down that right field line, and instead she's in a tough 1-2 hole now.
Yeah, definitely. And with how Bate has been pitching, 1 and 2 is going to be dangerous, as that is her weapon that she likes using on that particular count. That rise ball, though, that one rose a little too much, as the count is now 2-2.
Don't be surprised to see that pitch again right here, though, as that rise ball has been her signature pitch all day, recording almost all of her strikeouts on that pitch, and these Bears hitters unable to hit it, and there it is again.
On cue, as that is going to be strikeout number 8 for Jordan Bate, and that is now going to be 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth.
I told you she was going to get another one this inning.
And she totally did.
Consistency every inning. 2 an inning for Bate via the strikeout so far in this game. 8 so far with 2 outs here in the fourth.
Yeah, so she's definitely been right on track in this inning. And so now that brings up Bailey Tyre, the right fielder for the Bear River Bears. Looks like there's a bit of a conversation here with the coach and the umpire.
And we are going to have a pinch hitter coming into the game now for the Bear River Bears. It will be number 12, Katie Gibbs. And Gibbs is a sophomore for this Bear Rivers team. Sophomore replacing sophomore.
Yeah, another one of those young guns on this team.
Katie taking over for Bailey Tyre, the sophomore right fielder, and you would assume she'd take her place in right field in the bottom half of the inning.
That would be the most likely scenario, as that one paints the outside corner for strike 1.
Bailey Tyre with a strikeout in her only plate appearance in the second inning, as Katie Gibbs now gets her first turn at the plate.
Yeah, we'll see what Katie's able to do here against the ace Jordan Bate. Here's that 0-1 pitch. That one's going to be taken upstairs for ball 1. Evens up the count. Gibbs digging in there, ready to take this pitch here, and here it comes. And that is going to be sent on over to the second baseman. Makes a nice diving play there. A nice play by Aylin Sharp, but unfortunately not able to get the throw there in time. And so that is going to be a single for the pinch hitter, Katie Gibbs.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic effort by Aislinn Sharp over there at second base, but unable to come up with that ball. And a great pinch hit at bat for Katie Gibbs right there with 2 outs. And it looks like we will have a pinch runner again coming into the game. The Bear Rivers taking full advantage of these pinch runners here in the early going in this state championship game.
They're definitely keeping us on our toes over here. As again, nice hit there by Gibbs. But yeah, she's getting pinch run for, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Mercedes' call.
And the pinch runner will be number 24, Bailey Tyre, who was just pinch hit 4.
Oh, it's going to be laced over towards first base, and Amanda Mitchell isn't able to make the play on that one, but they do get it in. But the run is going to be trying to come in from third, and what an absolute play there by the catcher. Riley Rudd able to get the tag out, but it also looks like the Bear Rivers runner is struggling to get up, as the coaches will come over to take a look at her.
Yeah, got hit a little bit there coming into home plate. Also, just a little disappointed. When you don't score, it's a little bit harder to get up. But a nice play by the shortstop there with a gun of a throw. Lindsey Smith bobbling that ball out in right field, allowing both runners to move up to second and third. Mercedes Call ripping that double, but a beautiful play at the plate, and that will end the inning here in the fourth. It is 3-2. Our Dons lead the Bear River Bears as we head to the fifth now here on SF-17.
Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
And welcome back here on Spanish Fork 17 as our Lady Dons are facing off against the Bear River Bears. We are in the fifth inning in this championship game, and leading off for the Dons in this inning will be the junior catcher, Briley Rudd. Rudd 1 for 2 on the day so far as she takes ball 1 outside there. And again, a ball outside, bringing the count to 2-0, and a big momentum swing again for the Dons as Gabby Beckstrom able to throw a gun to Rudd at the plate. Rudd holding onto the ball and applying the tag for the big out at the end of last inning as that ball is skied out there to center field. A nice play by Mercedes Call, who hit that big double as Bailey Tyre, the pinch runner, was thrown out on that play to end the fourth, and there is one out now here in the top of the fifth on that fly ball to center.
Yeah, definitely a nice play out there in center. But, man, let's talk about the end of that inning. What a crazy, crazy sequence there, and definitely a momentum swing, as you were saying, for the Lady Dons.
And a strike one to Aislinn Sharp, bringing the count to 0-1 now on Sharp. And a ground ball by Sharp over to the shortstop, and a nice throw over to Oakley Trapp at first, and the dangerous Aislinn Sharp is retired for the second time today. The one time she wasn't retired, however, a long 2-run homer to left field, which at the time evened up this game at 2 before the Dons were able to take a 3-2 lead, scoring one more in the top of the fourth. 2 in the top of the third, 1 in the top of the fourth. We're in the top of the fifth now here with 2 outs as Lindsey Smith steps up to the plate and fouls that pitch off for strike 1.
Yeah, just able to get a little piece of that one. But as you were saying there, Sharp definitely a big out there for the Bears to get.
As that pitch is outside for ball 1, bringing the count even now on Sharp. Sharp 0 for 2 on the day. As she pops that one foul, and it will get just out of play. Sharp didn't play in the first one today. Pretty common when Briley Young is on the mound. They have Jordan Bate out in right, which was the case in the first one today. But with Bate on the mound, Lindsey Smith moving out to right field for this second one today. As that pitch is grounded over to the second baseman, and a nice play by Josie Larkin, throwing it over to Oakley Trapp at first. And a quick 1-2-3 top of the fifth for the Bears as they try to get that run back now down 3-2 heading to the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, it doesn't get much quicker than that. Those were some very quick and efficient outs there for Capri Toon as she's done her job, I guess, there on the mound so far to be able to keep them in this game.
And 0 runs on 0 hits, 0 runners left on base. And as we head now to the bottom of the fifth, our Lady Dons leading 3-2. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for today's game: the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all seasons, and 2 Jacks Pizza. And Jordan Bate back out there on the mound, and a dominant performance so far for her today as our Lady Dons are up 3-2 now in the bottom of the fifth.
Yeah, you could say that again. The only runs that have scored on her so far have been solo shots there in the top of the bottom of the first that were by the top of the order for the Bear River Bears. And so she's definitely been locked in, and man, her rise ball is absolutely working in this game. She's gotten so many swings and misses from that, so many strikeouts from it. So it's definitely been a great weapon for her, and she will probably continue to use it as this game progresses.
And leading off for the Bear River Bears in the bottom of the fifth will be the sophomore shortstop Taylor Fox, who, like you mentioned a moment ago, one of the two hitters to hit a home run so far in this game, and that ball is called by the third baseman Mallory Barber for the first out of the inning, in a big out for Bate.
Absolutely, yeah, to get that one just like boom, quick and easy, and nice job there by Barber to go ahead and call off Beckstrom. She felt like she had a nice angle on it, so go ahead and make the out there.
Yeah, usually the shortstop ball, as the captain of the infield, you expect Beckstrom to make that play, but Barber had the better angle there, as it is a very bright, sunny day and different angles from different positions, and a nice play by Barber for the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the fifth. As that pitch is upstairs for ball one to the freshman third baseman, Oakley Maxfield. Oakley has struggled a little bit at the plate today, striking out in both of her plate appearances, but very unusual, as this freshman is one of the premier hitters on this Bears team.
Absolutely. You don't get to be batting third in this lineup if you're not a good hitter.
And very impressive to see a freshman hitting that early in the lineup, in between the two big senior bats of Taylor Fox and Capri Toon, who have shown their power today, both hitting home runs back in the first. Oakley Maxfield with the 1-1 pitch coming now from Bate. And that ball is grounded foul down the first base line for strike two.
Yeah, definitely just barely foul on that one as Mitchell ranged over there to make the play, but it definitely does squirt foul. And now Bate once again in a nice favorable pitching matchup here with Maxfield. She's already gotten 2 strikeouts and once again got her in a 2-strike hole here.
A good count now for Bate, and she uses her rise ball as that ball is up for ball 2, bringing the count even at 2-2 now.
Yeah, with how effective that pitch has been, you know that was the right choice, and she may even go right back to it here again on the 2-2 count. So Maxfield's definitely got to be wary of that, and so we'll see where.
I got my money on the rise ball coming here, and it is a rise ball, and it is driven out to right field. And Lindsey Smith able to come in and make a nice play on that ball. Unusual to see that pitch be hit in play, but a nice play out there by the right fielder.
Yeah, Maxfield actually able to get a little bit into that one, sends it out to right field, and thankfully Lindsey Smith able to rush in on that one and make the play on it. So that's going to be 2 outs here in the inning.
Yeah, quick 1-2 from the 2-3 hitters, and that will bring up the dangerous cleanup hitter, the senior Capri Toon. As that ball is outside for ball 1, Capri Toon yet to be retired today. 2 for 2 on the day with the home run and a single, and also a very dominant pitching performance on the mound. So really doing it all for the Bears so far today.
Absolutely, doing it on both the offense and the defensive side of things.
As that pitch gets well away from Bate, as she lets out a smile as that ball kind of slipped out of her hands a little bit, as the count will move to 2-0 now on Toon.
And that one looked more like she was going bowling than it did. She was throwing a pitch there, just kind of slipped out of her fingers. She was kind of tacking, being like, ooh, how'd that happen? And I love that little smirk. She knows that she'll be coming back with a good one here.
And a ball on the outside brings the count to 3-0. Now on Toon. Bate being very careful with her in this one, as she's seen how well she's made contact in both of her previous 2 plate appearances.
It makes sense to kind of be nibbling at the edges against such a big, powerful hitter in Toon, as she was the one that hit one of those home runs.
And Bate was having none of her in that at-bat. Again, a ball on the outside corner, a 4-pitch walk to Toon. And Bate saying, I don't want you to beat me, I want somebody else to beat me here, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I'm right there with her, with Toon being 2 for 2 on the day and being one of the ones that blasted you over the fence. Like, I can understand why she was being a little bit more skeptical, kind of nibbling at the edges there on that one. So you'll be okay with the walk there, as long as you can get get Hess out here.
Yeah, Hess also having a very productive day at the plate, 2 for 3 with a double her last time up, as that pitch is swung on and fouled off to the right side, as it will get just out of play for strike one. There is a pinch runner on first base now for the Bears. Olivia Taylor will be coming in at first and pinch running for Capri Toon, much like she did back in the third inning, when Toon got on base then as well.
Yeah, it makes sense. Might as well go with the same person and go ahead and let her do the running for your pitcher.
And the rise ball upstairs brings the count to 1-1 now. Yet Toon being run for twice, not needing to be run for when she hit the homer, as she took care of the running that time herself.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and enjoying every minute of it.
The 1-1 now to Hess is a rise ball upstairs, bringing the count to 2-1 now.
I missed just a little bit on that one. Still wanted to try to get her to swing at it, but Hess was able to be patient and disciplined there and kind of hold off.
The 2-1 coming now. That pitch is swung on and flied out to right field, and Lindsey Smith settles under that one and makes the play, and that will end the inning here in the bottom of the fifth. And we are through 5 here at the Sports Complex in Spanish Fork in this state championship game. Our Dons leading the Bears 3-2 here on SF-17.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if it does happen, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Contact Mike at McKell, Christiansen, and Wise.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17 on this beautiful day down here in Spanish Fork. We are giving you the 4A State Softball Championship game. It is the Bear River Bears up against our Spanish Fork Lady Dons. We are now on over into the top of the 6th inning. The score is 3-2. The Lady Dons over the Bears. It has been quite the pitcher's duel here between Jordan Bates and Capri Toon. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch these two work on the mound so far.
And as we head now to the top of the 6th, the Dons will have the task of facing Toon yet again.
That is going to be cut on there by Amanda Mitchell, and that's going to be an 0-1 count.
A reminder that this is the first championship game, and this is the winner's bracket, so if the Dons are able to win this one, they will have another one coming up 20 minutes after this game.
That was going to be taken outside for ball 1. It's going to even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike to Amanda Mitchell.
Should Bear River win this game, however, they will win the state championship, and this one will be over.
You know that they would definitely prefer that outcome, as that one is sprayed back behind the plate. And that's now going to be a 1-2 count to Amanda Mitchell.
The Dons have really been fighting in the losers bracket the last couple days after winning the opening 2 games of the tournament, falling 2-1 to Cedar City before winning against both Desert Hills and Tooele yesterday, and against Cedar City in revenge earlier today.
And that was going to get sent right back to Toon as she makes the nice easy play over there and gets the out over at first for the first out of the inning here in the top of the 6th.
And what a game this has been so far today. Lots of great pitching like we expect, and a nice quick out by Toon there here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, that's going to bring up Condi. She's going to take that one in the outside corner. And that is going to be now an 0-1 count. Condi had a single in the 2nd inning and hit into a fielder's choice in the 4th as she takes a little cut at that one, and that is going to take the count to 0-2.
Condi in a quick hole here, and Toon working quickly and getting ahead of hitters.
And Toon doing a good job to just kind of move and groove here. Here comes that 0-2. That is going to be right on the outside corner, and that is going to be a strikeout for Toon. And just as you're saying there, she's just kind of moving right through this Lady Dons lineup here in the 6th, getting the ground out now, the strikeout, and it is 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Toon getting to face the weakest part of this Dons lineup this inning, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Definitely no slouch of hitters, but the easier third of the lineup and just absolutely mowing through these hitters right now.
That's going to be a ball there to Trinity Benson. Here comes that 1-0 pitch. And that is going to be ripped out to center. It's going to be a play there for Mercedes College. She gets under it, and that is going to be out number 3 there in the top of the 6th. Toon making quick work of the Lady Dons, getting a ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out as we are heading on over to the bottom of the 6th inning, which is going to be a great time for us to be able to remind you of our wonderful sponsors, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise, Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, Sporting Goods for all seasons, and 2 Jacks Pizza.
And as we head now to the bottom of the 6th, a reminder, we play 7 innings here in 4A softball. And it is the Lady Dons with a 3-2 lead over the Bear River Bears here in this state championship game. And a great pitching performance and defensive performance all around by the Dons so far after giving up 2 early solo home runs in the top of the 1st inning to Taylor Fox and the pitcher for the Bears today, Capri Toon. Jordan Bate really being able to settle down and throw 4 consecutive scoreless innings.
Bates done a really good job to lock it down and be able to keep the Lady Dons up ahead in this game. Definitely being able to bounce back extremely well, just like Elliott said, being able to bounce back from those 2 early solo shots, and has it been able to silence these Bears bats. But she does have a bit of a hardship here coming up. We've got the 6, 7, and 8 hitters here for the Bears coming up, and that's going to start off with Oakley Trapp, the first baseman. As that one's going to be taken upstairs. That's going to be ball 1 to Oakley Trapp. Trapp was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning, and she was a strikeout victim in the 3rd. This is going to be her 3rd plate appearance of the game. She's able to get a piece of that one and fouls it away, and that's going to even the count to 1-1. Again, the score is 3-2. The Lady Dons are up in this game. It is the bottom of the 6th, and again, this is a 7-inning game, so if they're able to hang on here, they will be advancing to the 2nd championship game, as that one is also going to be taken upstairs, and Oakley Trapp now has a 2-1 count here against Jordan Bate.
Yeah, first of 2 potential championship games here today. Bear River in the winner's bracket, so the Dons will need to defeat them twice in a row to overcome and win their 4th consecutive state title.
Yeah, and they're going to need more swings and misses like that to ensure that, as that one is cut on and missed for by Oakley Trapp there, and that's going to move the count to 2-2. Jordan Bate trying to get the lead hitter out here, and she does exactly that as it is swung through there. A nice little changeup there by Jordan Bate to get strikeout number 9 on the game.
Yeah, great job of pitching by Bate there, working ahead. And this is an inning where she can really take advantage of the lower part of this Bear River lineup.
Looks like we may be having another pinch hitter over here for the Bear River Bears.
And the batter at the plate now will be Olivia Taylor, who has been the pinch runner a couple times today.
Olivia Taylor in there to take the hacks for Madison Morris, and here comes the first pitch to her, and that is going to be a beautiful pitch there on the outside corner for strike 1.
Batting number 36, Olivia
Again, Olivia Taylor has been on the base pass here as a pinch runner, but this is her first at-bat of the game here against Jordan Bate, and here's that 0-1 pitch. She swings on through the rise ball, and that is going to be an early 0-2 hole for Olivia Taylor.
Olivia Taylor is only a freshman So very impressive to see her getting playing time so early on in her career.
And once again, it is swung on through another rise ball that just does its job, and that is going to be double-digit strikeouts here for Jordan Bate with strikeout number 10 and the second out of the inning here in the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, they tried to pinch hit her because Larkin had struck out in both of her plate appearances today. But the same result as Olivia Taylor comes in and strikes out for the second out of the inning here in the sixth.
Definitely a phenomenal outing here from Jordan Bate, getting into the double digits in strikeouts and definitely keeping the Lady Dons right in this game and being able to kind of keep that lead nice and secure. Jordan gets ready to make the first pitch here. And that was going to paint the corner for strike one. What a beautiful pitch there by Bate.
And we have another pinch hitter now in Keegan Summers. Summers, the junior, has been playing second base so far in today's game. Will be hitting for Madison Morris.
And she swings through that one, and as once again in an early 0-2 hole here. She takes that rise ball up, does not give chase to it, and works the count to now a 1-2 count. Got a 1-2 count here to Keegan Summers here in the bottom of the sixth, as that one just barely misses. You see Jordan kind of smiling at that one. She really wanted that one, but it is called the ball, and that's going to even up the count to 2-2 here. Here's that 2-2 pitch. Another rise ball. That one does get a little bit away from her as Summers is able to take that one, and she's now moved the count to full.
As Summers in her first plate appearance today. Madison Morris also striking out in her 2 plate appearances. So again, no surprise to see a pinch hitter.
And that is going to be strike 3 as Jordan Bate strikes out the side here in the bottom of the sixth, and that is going to be that's going to be a very impressive performance here in the bottom of the sixth for Jordan Bate, as the score is still 3-2. The Spanish Fork Lady Dons over the Bear River Bears as we head on over to the 7th inning here on Spanish Fork 17.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
And we are back here in the 7th inning of this state championship game as our Lady Dons lead 3-2 over the Bear River Bears. A very impressive bottom of the sixth for Jordan Bates, striking out the side. They were trying everything they could, bringing in 2 pinch hitters, as the 2 hitters before had struck out in both of their plate appearances. But again, the pinch hitters both striking out as well. And that will end the 6th inning. And as we head now to the 7th, it will be the top of the lineup coming up for the Dons as they try to get some hits off Capri Toon, and that is strike 1 swinging to Mallory Barber. Barber is 2 for 3 on the day with a single and a double. It has been very impressive as the top of the lineup comes up to the plate. Both teams will have the top of the lineup coming up here in the 7th, so a big opportunity for both teams to score some runs as that pitch is outside, bringing the count to 1-1. 3-2, our Dons lead here in the 7th. In what has been a pitcher's duel and a very exciting state championship game so far to this point, as that ball is outside, bringing the count to 2-1 now on Barber.
Yeah, Barber's had a nice game here, 2 for 3 so far, doing her job as the leadoff hitter, and so certainly would like to continue that here, maybe get to 3 and 4.
As that pitch is in there for strike 2. Nice job by Toon. evening this count up and getting in a good situation here. As that pitch is swung on and flied out to right field. A nice play out there by Bailey Tyre for the first out of the inning here in the top of the 7th.
That one just kind of weakly sprayed out there into right field. Tyre doing a great job to charge that one and be able to make the out. So a big out there to start off the top of the 7th here.
And that will bring up the senior shortstop, Gabby Beckstrom, who quickly grounds that ball over to the shortstop. And a nice play by Taylor Fox for the second out of the inning. And quickly, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th as the Bears try to get through the top of the lineup here and bring their big batters up for one last chance in the bottom half.
Yeah, Capri Toon has done a very nice job to get out in front of these hitters early and be able to get these quick outs. But yeah, right now you got Jordan Bate coming up and the rest of the heart of the order for the Dons coming up here.
And a big call right there as they are ruling that there was runner's interference on first base, and that will allow Beckstrom not only to reach first base safely but move over to second base on the play.
Wow, an absolutely huge call there for the Lady Dons as it avoids an out here in the top of the 7th and gives them a runner in scoring position right away here with their big RBI producer Jordan Bate at the plate.
And the Bear River Bears coach coming out to argue he cannot believe the call. A very unlucky break for the Bears here in the top of the 7th, and a good opportunity for the Dons to add to their lead.
Hey, you know that Jordan Bate is licking her chops at the opportunity to get an RBI here and to be able to extend the lead not only for the team but also for herself, as it may give her a bit of a cushion here as she heads back out onto the mound for the bottom of the 7th.
And the umpire and the Bear Rivers coach still talking things through as the umps convene to make sure that they get that call right, as Beckstrom is now on second base with only 1 out after what looked like a routine ground ball to the shortstop. A great play by Taylor Fox over there, but unable to make that play cleanly as the first baseman Oakley Trapp gets in the way of the runner, allowing her not only to reach safely but get over to second.
Yeah, as we've been talking about, like that runner's interference is a very, very unfortunate play for the Bears, but definitely a blessing for the Dons, as it does give them that runner in scoring position here, and instead of 2 outs, they've only got 1 out.
And that is a strike to the senior pitcher, Jordan Bate. Bate is 1 for 3 on the day, singling back in the 4th. And a rise ball from the pitcher Capri Toon there will even the count at 1-1 as it is upstairs.
Yeah, kind of taking a page out of Jordan Bates' book.
And another rise ball upstairs for ball 2. The one difference is the Dons pitchers haven't been striking out a lot today, putting the ball in play, as she has really relied on that defense to back her up. As that is a fastball in there for strike 2 now, bringing the count even at 2-2 now on Bate.
Yeah, we'll see what Bates able to do here with this 2-2 count. Got that runner in scoring position. Would love to see her get across.
And strike 3 looking a beautiful fastball on the outside corner. And a nice bounce back here for Toon after that unlucky break.
Yeah, pitcher-on-pitcher battle there against Bate, and she gets her to look at that one. And definitely, as you said there, Elliot, a nice bounce back there with getting that second out, and now only an out away from getting out of here.
And Riley Rudd now at the plate as she takes that pitch for strike 1. Rudd also 1 for 3 on the day, singling back in the 3rd and scoring on the sharp home run. And a swing and a miss, but that gets by the catcher, Ashley Hess, and that will allow Beckstrom to move over to 3rd here with 2 outs.
I mean, any amount of distance that you can get is going to be a good thing. So even though she already was in scoring position over there at second, it just kind of helps to ensure that on any kind of hit that she'll be able to score.
And that pitch is outside, bringing the count to 1-2 now on Rudd. Toon still a strike away from being able to work herself out of this inning, but any type of hit or error will likely bring in another run, as that pitch is also just outside on the changeup bringing the count to 2-2 now on Rudd.
Yeah, this is a really key pitch and key at bat here in this game. If Rudd's able to get that run in over the third, it is definitely going to be huge for the Lady Dons.
And she does just that, a huge RBI single for the Lady Dons here in the top of the 7th. And a little bit of breathing room as the Dons now extend their lead to 4-2. Off of what really shouldn't have ever been the case on that defensive interference. A lucky break again for the Dons this game. That's really 2 lucky breaks on that ground ball double down the right field line, costing the Bear River Bears a run there. And then again in this inning, as our Lady Dons are now able to extend their lead to 4-2.
Yeah, in that sense, I guess you could say that Lady Luck is smiling upon the Lady Dons in this one with those particular lucky breaks, I guess, as you will, those calls that went particularly in their favor. But nice piece of hitting there by Rudd to go ahead and bring in that run and give them that extra insurance run, as Bate will be running out there in the bottom of the 7th with so obviously with at least a 2-run lead at this point, maybe more if they can get going here at this 2-out rally.
And we have a pinch runner on first base for the catcher, Briley Rudd, and it will be number 24, Brooke Carter, coming into the game. And they pitch low and in the dirt to the very dangerous junior second baseman, Aislinn Sharp. 1 run already across in the inning on 1 hit. The pinch runner, Carter, on first base now.
Again, Aislinn hit a 2-run home run in the 3rd, so got some pop in this bat.
As she takes that pitch for strike 1, now bringing the count to 2-1 on Sharp. A 4-2 lead for the Dons here in the 7th inning, as that pitch is outside, just off the outside corner, bringing the count to 3-1 now.
A great patient approach here by Sharp. Not chasing anything crazy, definitely working the count, and now can be a little selective here on this 3-1 count.
And a fastball just catches the outside corner, bringing the count full now on Sharp, as Toon is able to throw a nice pitch there to get back into this at-bat.
Phenomenal pitch. Definitely puts her at least a little bit back even here in this count.
And a swing and a ground ball up to Megan Fox, and that ball is bobbled, and everyone is safe. A little bit of a tough play moving over to her left there, and unable to come up with it as Aislinn Sharp is able to reach safely, and the pinch runner Carter able to move over to second.
Yeah, a bit of a hard play over there at short, kind of a wicked hop a little bit, and just not able to field it cleanly. So now, runners at first and second.
And a breaking ball in there for strike 1 to the junior right fielder, Lindsey Smith, who is having a rough day, going 0-for-3. And another swing and a miss brings the count quickly to 0-2. A big opportunity for Smith here with Carter on second, pinch running for Rudd after she got that RBI single, and Aislinn Sharp over on first with the single as well. As that ball is grounded to the pitcher Toon, she throws it over to the first baseman Oakley Trapp, and that will end the top of the 7th inning here, but not before the Dons do a little bit of damage. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 runner left on base, and as we head now to the bottom of the 7th inning, the Dons now lead 4-2 here on SF-17, and we would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors for today's game, the Tony Basso Auto Group, Dickerson Automotive, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Christiansen Wise Attorneys at Law, MVP Sports, and 2 Jack's Pizza. And as we mentioned a moment ago, in the top of the 7th inning, the Dons able to score 1 run as they now lead 4-2. A look at the beautiful mountains here in Spanish Fork on this nice sunny day here at the sports complex in Spanish Fork, in what is hopefully the first of 2 championship games between our Lady Dons and the Bear River Bears. The Bears needing to score at least 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. 3 runs will win them the championship, 2 would tie it and force extras. But if Jordan Bate is able to get 3 outs here, we'll have a winner-take-all championship game 20 minutes after this one. So we'll be here on SF-17 doing that game, and we'd love to have you with us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpanishFork17. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, tell everyone you know, because this is a big opportunity for the Dons to win a 4th straight softball state championship.
Absolutely. So we obviously know that you're watching because obviously you're listening to this, but you need to be getting your friends on. You need to be getting your cousins on. You need to be getting your next door neighbor. Everybody needs to be watching this because the Dons are on pace here to win this particular game, and that would take us, as Elliot said, to a winner-take-all game that will be coming up next after this one.
And due up for the Bears in the bottom of the 7th inning. They will be leading off with the 9-hitter who had a pinch hit single in her first plate appearance back in the 4th inning, before Bate will have to deal with the likes of the top of the lineup of Call, Fox, and potentially Maxfield and Toon as well if runners can get on base.
Yeah, this is a key at bat here for the Bears as it turns over the lineup. So if Gibbs is able to do anything to get on base here, it's going to be a big deal for the Bears.
And she is able to, and a diving catch out there in center field by Murray Condi, and the biggest play of the game to date, an absolute stunning diving catch in center for the first out of the inning, and an absolute killer for the Bears here in the bottom of the 7th.
Murray Condi making an absolute web gem out there. SC top 10 right there. What a beautiful play, diving out for that one, able to get the key leadoff out here in the bottom of the 7th. Nice play by Condi.
And the Dons are now 2 outs away from forcing a winner-take-all championship game this afternoon, as that is ball one upstairs to the senior center fielder Mercedes Call, who is having a very nice day today herself so far in this one, with 2 doubles and 3 plate appearances.
They definitely can't be asking for more from their leadoff hitter.
As that pitch is fouled back, bringing the count even at 1-1 now. I can't tell you how important of a play that play out in center was by Condi. As that ball gets by her, that's easily a leadoff double, and the tying run coming to the plate with nobody out and the top of the lineup coming up. Instead, Condi with a massive play out there in center, as we have 1 out here now in the bottom of the 7th, as that is strike 2 grooved on in there, bringing the count to 1-2. And you really feel like the momentum also just is completely with the Lady Dons right now.
Oh, absolutely. At this point, that nice play and Jordan Bate cruising up there on the mound, like it definitely feels like the Dons definitely had the momentum here.
And a ground ball over to the second baseman, Aislinn Sharp, and she is unable to come up with that cleanly. And that will be a 1-out base runner for the Bears here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, an unfortunate play there for Aislinn Sharp. It looked like she was going to be able to field that one cleanly. Instead, it squirts away from her and squirts away far enough that she wasn't able to collect it and make the throw on over there to first. So there is now a base runner on for the Bears.
And the senior Taylor Fox will now step up to the plate, who back in the first inning was one of the 2 home runs for the Bears today, with a home run potentially tying this game, but a double play potentially ending it. As that ball is fouled off hard down the right field line, as Fox falls behind 0-1.
Yeah, just as you were saying there's all sorts of outcomes that could happen here in this at-bat. The best one, of course, for the Dons being that Fox grounds into a double play here and they're able to end the game here. But on the flip side of things, Fox definitely capable of hitting another home run and potentially tying this game up.
As that pitch is fouled off, bringing the count to 0-2 now. And Bate able to work herself into a nice pitcher's count here at 0-2.
Doing a great job there to establish dominance here early in this at-bat. Definitely showing Fox that she is not afraid to just go ahead and go right after her.
And that pitch is lined out to right field and just foul. Fox with a nice swing on that one, as that ball tails just foul down the right field line, as the Lady Dons catch a little bit of a break there, and it is still 0-2 now on Fox.
Oh, that one would have been dangerous, folks. That was an absolutely beautifully hit ball, but it just slices foul. That would have been easy extra bases there for the Bears.
The 0-2 coming now to Fox. Mercedes Call on first base, as that ball is ripped out to center field, and that ball is gone. Home run, and this game is tied here in the bottom of the 7th. A absolutely massive hit off the bat of Taylor Fox here.
Congratulations, Taylor, on your home run.
Just listen to the screams there, folks. And this game is all knotted up. What an absolute blast there by Fox. A multi-home run game for her, as that one is her second of the game. And Condi definitely tried to make a play out there, leapt for it, and even went over the fence there, but unable to come up with the play. And that is as big of a hit as you are going to see, as that one ties the ball game up. And we have ourselves quite a ball game here in Spanish Fork.
Yeah, 1 run for the Dons in the top of the 7th. Bear River answering with 2 here in the bottom half, and it is tied 4-4 as the Bears are now even in this one.
Man,
Don's needing 2 outs now to force extra innings.
Yep, it's still going to be up to Jordan Bate to close the door here in this inning, as she did give up the home run there, but still potentially able to get out of this inning and be able to force extra innings. So she does need to get those 2 outs and be able to give the Dons at least a chance here to potentially win this one.
And a new pitcher will be coming into the game now for the Lady Dons. A great effort today by Jordan Bate, as she will move out to right field now. Lindsey Smith will come out of the game, and Briley Young will step onto the mound for the first time in this one.
Yeah, if you remember, Briley Young was the starter in the previous game today and had a good effort, went all the way into the 7th with a good, strong pitching effort there. And so they're definitely bringing in their number 2 to go ahead and try to close this one. Kind of an opposite situation from the game previous, where Jordan Bate came in to close the door. This time they're expecting Briley Young to come in and stabilize things and get them into extra innings.
And she will have a tough task coming into this game, having to deal with the freshman third baseman Oakley Maxfield, and then the senior pitcher Capri Toon, one of the 2 premier bats on this team. As we just saw Fox, the other premier bat, hit a 2-run homer for her second home run today. Toon, 2 for 2 on the day with a walk, homering back in the first inning as well. So 2 big bats, the number 3 and number 4 hitters coming up for the Bear River Bears here in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out, and the score tied 4-4.
Yeah, this won't necessarily be an easy couple of batters here, as Elliot was saying, for Briley Young, with the 3-4 hitters for the Bears coming up in Maxfield and Toon, especially with Toon coming up having been as hot as anybody in their lineup with a home run, a single, and a walk. And so, I mean, this is going to be as hard as it gets, but Briley Young certainly is one that is up to the task here. Just needs to be able to throw some strikes and be able to hopefully get them out of this inning and into extras.
Briley Young on the year, a 1.70 ERA, 8-0 in 11 appearances. So definitely no slouch on the mound, and she will be tasked with getting 2 big outs here, as that pitch is inside for ball 1 to the freshman third baseman, Oakley Maxfield.
Yeah, nice job by the freshman to check her swing there. Looked like she was going to go for it, but was able to hold up.
And a pitch just upstairs there brings the count to 2-0 now, as Maxfield able to work herself into a good situation here.
Yeah, definitely a patient approach there. Didn't take a cut at either of those 2 pitches. We'll see how Young attacks her.
And a ground ball over to third, and Mallory Barber makes the play. And a big second out here for the Lady Dons here in the bottom of the 7th.
Absolutely huge. Nice pitch there by Briley Young to force the ground out over there to third, and also just obviously a routine play there for Mallory Barber, but still a good job to be able to collect that one, send that one across the diamond, as now they're an out away from being able to send this one into extras.
Oakley Maxfield struggling a little bit at the plate today, 0 for 4 now, but someone not struggling is the hitter right now, the senior pitcher Capri Toon, who Briley will need to be very careful with, as that pitch is a strike on the outside corner. As we mentioned, Toon is 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a walk, along with the big home run back in the first inning, a part of those 2 solo shots from Fox and Toon.
An absolute blast there in the first inning. We'll see what Young's is able to do here.
And a swing and a miss on the fastball outside brings the count to 0-2 now. And Young doing a nice job of working ahead here. You would expect that she won't give her anything even decent to hit here now that she's ahead.
No, absolutely not. She's done a great job to work into this 0-2 count. Both fantastic pitches on the outside corner.
And a pitch low and inside is a line drive out to left center field. And that will be a double as she slides in just safely. And Toon again with a great plate appearance, reaching base for the 4th time so far in this one. But fortunate for the Dons, they're able to keep Toon in the park there as the winning run, the championship potential run for the Bear River Bears, standing on second base now.
Yeah, they are very fortunate. That ball was absolutely ripped, but thankfully for Young and for the Lady Dons, it was on a line and did one hop over to the fence. But yeah, excellent piece of hitting there by Toon, who has been all tuned up in this game. 3 for 3, absolutely stellar game at the plate, as well as her pitching as well today on the mound has been spectacular too. So Toon definitely doing it all for the Bears in this game, and now represents the winning run there on second base.
And the batter at the plate now will be the junior catcher, Ashley Hess, and that pitcher-catcher combo today has been quite a menace at the plate today as well. Hess with the 2 for 3 day, a double coming back in the 3rd. They were able to retire her in her last plate appearance, a fly ball to right in the 5th, as the Bears still need, as the Dons, still need 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th to force extras.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. It's like, yeah, like the Bears are hitting very well here, and like they've got this thing all tied up and are potentially threatening here to win the game. But you know, all Briley Young needs here is an out. If she's able to just get an out here, it moves on over to extras and at least gives the Lady Dons a chance here to get back in the lead and potentially take game 1 here in the championships.
And with the potential winning run on second base, the Bear River Bears will have a pinch runner out there on second, sending number 15, Ashley Mickelson, the freshman, out to second base. Big role for a freshman to take over on second base and take over the running duties here in the bottom of the 7th.
Oh, absolutely. To be able to task that with the freshman, that's putting a pretty big weight on her shoulders. Hopefully she's up for it and has the wheels to be able to be the one that would bring that run in for the Bears. But it looks like we're going to have a meeting over here at the mound.
And they are going to intentionally walk Ashley Hess. A interesting decision, but with first base open, no reason why to risk having such a good hitter at the plate. With the potential of driving a run, they would much rather face the sophomore first baseman, Oakley Trapp, who was 0 for 2 on the day with a couple of strikeouts. She did, however, reach on the hit by pitch back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, definitely from that perspective, I think it's probably a safer bet to go against Trapp as opposed to go against Hess, as Hess has been striking the ball pretty good in this game, whereas Trapp has been struggling with those 2 strikeouts and kind of not doing it as good of a job as Hess has done. So definitely makes more sense here to go after Trapp, and also makes it so you've got force outs there at 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, so makes plays a little bit easier out there in the infield as well.
And there will be a pinch runner on first base for the Bears as well. Number 32, the junior Cody Gibbs, taking over the running duties there. So lots of pinch runners out there. Ashley Mickelson pinch running on second base for Capri Toon, and Cody Gibbs pinch running for Ashley Hess out there on first. So the pitcher-catcher catching duo getting a little bit of a rest as that pitch gets away, and that will allow the runners to move over to 2nd and 3rd now on the wild pitch on ball 1 to Trapp, and the winning run now standing on 3rd base.
Golly, that one hurts. That one hurts to be able to see that one go to the backstop and advance the runners from 1st and 2nd over to 2nd and 3rd, and now that winning run is ever so closer to scoring. Definitely need a good pitch here from Young.
And that pitch is in there for strike 1 on the outside corner, bringing the count to 1-1. Now on Trapp.
That was an important pitch there to be able to establish that outer part of the plate and get a strike and be able to even this count up. Definitely a great pitch by Briley Young.
In the 1-1, pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2, and a nice job by Young to battle back here after falling behind 1-0, throwing that pitch to the backstop that got by Rudd, and now battling back to 1-2, a strike away from getting out of this jam with runners on 2nd and 3rd. And the pitch swung on and fouled off down the left field line as our cameraman Travis just gets out of the way of that one.
Yeah, just barely. Travis is going to have to be mindful over there that there may be another one that sprays over there at him. Nice job there by Trapp to be able to send that one away.
4-4 here in the bottom of the 7th of our championship game. A 1-2 pitch coming now. And the rise ball upstairs brings the count to 2-2 now on trap. Runners on second and third for the Bears. On third, the pinch runner, Ashley Mickelson, is the potential winning run for the Bears in this one. And at the plate, Trap with the 2-2 pitch coming. As that pitch is just outside, bringing the count full at 3-2 as we hear groans from the crowd as the Dons really wanted that one to get out of this inning.
Oh, the Dons thought they had it. The crowd absolutely livid about that particular call, but instead it is a full count here to Trap.
And a big pitch coming right here to Trap as the pitch is swung on and grounded over to the shortstop. And the play is safe, and the Bear River Bears have just won the 4A state softball championship. It looks like we are going to have a meeting among the umpires, but the Bear River Bears going absolutely crazy over there. And head coach Don Andrews is absolutely livid, ripping into the umpires as he felt like that play was made in time over at first base. It was a bang play, but the call was safe, and the Bear River Bears are going to win our 4A state championship this year by the final score of 5-4. And we'd like to take a moment to congratulate the Bear River Bears on a great season, as well as a absolutely fantastic season for our Spanish Fork Lady Dons. They fought hard all year, and we'll be back in a minute to break down this one here on SF17.
Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
And welcome back here on Spanish Fork 17 at the Sports Complex in Spanish Fork, as our Lady Dons just fell 5-4 in 7 innings to the Bear River Bears. Congratulations to the Bears on a fantastic season. The Lady Dons' run of 3 consecutive state championships will come to an end, but a absolutely fantastic run by the Dons. In this one, they just fell a little short, giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th as the Bears were able to come back and win it.
Yeah, this was an absolutely awesome ball game to be a part of. The Lady Dons were right there the entire time and had the lead for most of this game, and Jordan Bate definitely had herself a great game going into that 7th inning, and so definitely a great season overall for the Lady Dons. A nice effort here in this championship game. Unfortunately, fell just a bit short in order to force that second game in this championship round. Again, nice job for the Bear River Bears, but also a nice shout out to our Lady Dons for another fantastic softball season.
Well, we thank all of you for tuning in to this one. I'm Elliot Charves, and for Andrew LaRose and everyone on our fantastic crew, a tough loss for the Dons here in the championship day today, losing 5-4 to the Bear River Bears. And we thank you for tuning in to another great season here on SF17.